the need from the customer drove their decisions. And so that's really going to help the focus of today's conversation. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Andy, who can do a much better job of introducing himself than I have. But we're so grateful to have you here and so excited to learn from and with you tonight.
Thank you, Emma, for that introduction. Thank you for inviting me to speak. It's really a pleasure and honor to be here among Kenya's tech community and fellow colleagues from the insurance and financial services sector. Today, I'll be sharing Prudential's customer-centric AI digital ecosystem, which helps users become healthier and wealthier. And Prudential, by the way, is a 170-year-old company. So it's a bit longer. So it's been around for a long time. Firstly, a bit more about myself. I've been working in AI for well over 30 years now. And I believe I'll probably be working in AI before some of you were born. Is that true? Raise your hand if you're, I'm sure a lot
I think it might be true. Not for me, but for some others on this call.
So for those who are in technology, just to give you a hint how old I am, for those who are in technology, do you know who is Alan Turing? Alan Turing. I'm sure you know. Alan Turing, let me see, any hands? Anybody want to rate, give it a try? No? Alan Turing, of course, is the father of modern computing. He's also the father of AI. And one of my graduate thesis advisors, Professor Donald Mickey, actually, and Alan Turing, if you watched the movie, The Imitation Game, how many of you watched The Imitation Game? Some of you probably, haven't watched that. So you know that Alan Turing built a machine that broke the secret code, the German secret code, and helped the British or the Allied win the World War II. One of my graduate thesis advisor, Donald Mickey, helped Alan Turing build that machine. So that's how old I am. Prior to working at Prudential, I joined Prudential roughly 3 years ago. So prior to working at Prudential, I was a computer science professor for over 20 years. And my work at Prudential surrounds our digital ecosystem, which is an all-in-one AI app. We call it Pulse by Prudential. And you'll hear more about it in my talk. I also look after talent development and creating a culture for innovation and learning in Prudential. So before I go into the three topics of today, which is customer centricity, which is very important to us. The second topic I want to cover is digital transformation, how and why Prudential transformed itself from a traditional insurer to a modern ecosystem platform player, and we see ourselves as a digital disruptor. And lastly, I want to share how we use AI throughout the user journey in our digital ecosystem. But before I cover those topics, let me say a few more words about Prudential. So I work at Prudential's headquarters, which is now split between London and Hong Kong. We have over 170 years of history and among the top global Fortune 100 companies. Now, although the business started in UK, we demerged the European operation roughly 2 years ago. And we are literally demerging our US business right now this month. So moving forward, we will be focused just in Asia and Africa because we see those markets as really high potential markets for us. So Prudential, we also have eSpring, which is our asset management arm. We work out of 15, it says 14, but it's a bit outdated, but we have 15 markets in Asia, 8 in Africa. And we basically have access to over half of the world's population with a market that's heavily underinsured and unprepared for retirement. So insurance penetration is less than 1% or only a few percent in some of the countries that we work in. So there's a lot of potential. Prudential is top 3 position in 8 of the 12 life markets in Asia. You may have also heard another company called Prudential Financial, which is based in US. We are not related to them in any way, so we're not affiliated with Prudential in US. So our focus market is just in Asia and Africa. So before I talk about the digital transformation of Prudential, let me talk about the structural, the business transformation of Prudential. So in 2015, we were basically 4 companies, Prudential Corp Asia, which focuses in Asia, Prudential Africa, of course, looking after Africa, and we have the US operation, Jackson National, and Prudential UK and Europe. So the Jackson and Prudential UK have been demerged or in the process of being demerged. So soon we will have this one company and with a very sharp focus in Asia and Africa. In China, we have access to 83% of GDP, 77% of the population of China. India, we're doubling the 2019 NBP within 3 to 4 years. Southeast Asia, we're top 3 in 7 of the life markets, including Indonesia, and rapidly expanding positions in Thailand. Africa, we're top 5 in 5 markets. Eastspring, our asset management arm, is the largest pan-Asian retail asset managers with asset under management of close to $250 billion US dollars. So who are we today? First of all, our purpose. Our purpose is really to help people get most out of life. So that is very, the purpose is already very customer centric. We do that by making healthcare affordable and accessible, and we provide protect people's wealth and grow the asset, and empower people to save for the goals. Our customer base is 17 million customers in Asia and Africa, and we have products and solutions for basically everyone, from emerging market, mass, affluent, high net worth, and group customer segments as well. In 2020, we added 175 new products into our portfolio, and that includes health and protection insurance, savings and investments, and then through Pulse, our digital ecosystem, we have value-added health services. Our distribution is multi-channel, includes roughly 600,000 agents globally, and also 20,000 bank branches through our bank partners. Of course, we have a distribution channel digitally through our Pulse app. It says 24 million downloads, but as of today, it's way over 30 million already. So we have very favorable long-term structural growth drivers, including superior economic growth in the markets that we work in, very favorable demographics, young, middle class, affluent as well. And then we're aligned with public policy objective, which is really focused on healthcare these days. And then, of course, we're transitioning to a low carbon economy. ESG is very important for us when we do investments. In Africa, we work out of 8 countries. All of them, as you can see, have, as you know, have very strong GDP growth. The penetration rate for the insurance is, very low, less than, only less than 1% in many of the other countries. So there's a lot of potential. Some of the countries we are 100% owned, some are joint venture. In terms of distribution in Africa, agency is 11,000. Bank, we have 600 branches so far. Digital is through Pulse, our ecosystem in 6 markets. Our APE has been pretty strong and growing year by year. We basically started in Africa only a few years ago, so we're doing pretty well given that short period. In Africa, we have quite a lot of momentum distribution. This slide is of this year, the half year result. So this year, just the half year, we're already 66 million APE, and that's 29% growth year to year. Agency, we have already increased a number of agents, as well as bank insurance, 57% APA growth. So that's very strong. Product-wise, we've been refreshing COVID-19 cover, new products, basically expanding our range so that we have solutions for all people at all stages of life to help them, of course, make the most out of life. We're also expanding medical offerings in Uganda, for example. In community, we're also giving back to community. We have a lot of education programs that we reach out. For example, we have Safe Steps, which is a series of campaigns that teaches road safety for children. We have Chajing, which is a financial literacy program, again, for primary schools children across Africa. And we also provide thought leadership on mental health at the workplace. Technology, of course, we're using Pulse, our digital ecosystem. It's deployed in 6 markets. The features, which we'll get into a bit more, includes things like communities where people could join like-minded individuals for, to talk about maybe, fitness or dieting or whatnot. We have fitness trackers. There's challenges to encourage you to exercise. We also have challenges to encourage you to save. For example, there's reward wallets. There's digital products. These are bite-sized products, which are entry level to get people, to get their foot in the door to start, protecting themselves or getting some healthcare services or doing some investment. Customer servicing is also done through our app. You could, of course, look at your policies, do servicing, of course, and make claims. And then, of course, we have AI-backed health information, EMI recorder, which I'll give an example later. And then find hospitals, clinics, as well as content surrounding health, wellness, and fitness. Any questions so far? I'd like to make it interactive, so feel free to ask any questions. Raise your hand, or just jump in and ask a question if you like. Okay. If not, I'll continue. So before I continue with the talk, let me show you a video that summarizes our activity in Africa.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ sí Nigeria. My name is Isioma Olo.
My name is Mr. Chuks Igumbo.
My name is Jim Ovia, Chairman, Prudential Zenith Life.
Alwani to Nigeria.
Balamsiza okuva Uganda ekula lya Africa. Amanya gange nze na Shiba na Lubega.
Muli bwanji ndine kachiza tikulandilani kuzikolatu ya Zambia.
Mwaise ni ku Zambia.
Shikianu mwani.
Tamila ndilani wonse mu Zambia.
Welcome to Zambia.
Hamjambo. Karibu Kenya, Karibu Africa.
Africa is an important part of Prudential's growth story, and we have great ambitions for this continent. We want to become a leading Pan-Africa insurer, to make healthcare more accessible and affordable to the people of Africa, and to help them attain greater financial security so they can get the most out of life. The insurance opportunity in Africa today reminds me of China 2 decades ago when I was a CEO there. Both markets have the scale to be significant, a rapidly growing working-age population and rising middle-class consumers who are seeking to address their increasing health and wealth needs. I believe there are 3 lessons in particular that I learned from my China experience that can be applied to the business in Africa. Firstly, it is important to identify and to react early to opportunities. Secondly, to invest in building deep local insights because each country in Africa is unique. And thirdly, we must harness the strength of the group so that we grow as Africa grows. I'm incredibly excited about our prospects for our business in Africa. This optimism is reinforced by my recent visit to the continent, where I spent more than a month meeting with our employees, financial consultants, partners, and other stakeholders. I am confident the team is well positioned to seize the opportunities ahead and to accelerate our growth, building on the strong foundation we have established over the last 7 years. Critical to our continued success, we have the right partnerships and relationships. Across the private and public sectors, we have deep-seated connections that have been forged over the years and are hard to replicate. And crucially, we have the right talent to succeed. Across our markets, I met motivated people who are driven to make a difference to our business and to the people of Africa. Our people are indeed key to our success. We will continue to develop our people by strengthening their capabilities and utilizing their talents. In Africa, we are currently in 8 nations. We have strong teams in all of our markets, ensuring we are close to our customers and are able to establish an early foothold in key growth areas. Understanding the local culture is important so that we can design solutions and products to suit specific customer needs. And let's now hear from our teams across Africa on their achievements so far in each market and how we will be positioning ourselves for even greater growth in the future.
It has been just 7 years since we entered Africa. In that time, we have built a portfolio of successful businesses across 8 countries, representing 30% of the Africa population today.
Since entering Africa by acquiring Express Life in Ghana in 2014, we've taken an adaptable approach to geographic expansion. We've acquired existing businesses, entered into joint ventures, and established partnerships throughout the continent, such as our continued collaboration with Standard Chartered from Asia to Africa. So how do we ensure success? We focus on establishing strong local management. We implement strong governance structures and risk management frameworks. And we share our best practice and experiences from across the Prudential Group, both within Africa and from Asia.
Group Beneficial, a successful 40-year-old business, merged with Prudential in 2019. The partnership has delivered amazing benefits for me individually as well as for the wider team. We have seen growth across all areas of operations. Working with Prudential has brought data-driven decision-making to our intuitive approach based on strong local knowledge. Our staff have also benefited greatly from the merger. There has been an increase in the training and collaboration that has given our colleagues access to a lot of ideas, but with the freedom to adapt them to our local environment. This has meant that our strategy is tailor-made and appropriate to the local customer. I'm astounded at the significant change in our business in less than 2 years, all achieved without posting a huge group of people within it, demonstrating Prudential's ability to seamlessly share its knowledge across new territories. We are contributing to our business while also leading the industry. During COVID, we were the only company to not just waive the pandemic exclusions, but also offer free COVID cover to our life and non-life customers. The impact Prudential has had on our business is a testament to the quality of its people, depth of knowledge, and the culture within. Together, we are charting new paths, conquering new obstacles, and are very confident that we will be leaders within the region as we expand further. I am proud to be part of the Prudential family.
Clearly, the strategy is working. Prudential businesses have consistently outgrown their market share versus the rest of the industry across all the 8 countries.
In Ghana, our agency force has undergone a dramatic transformation, going from a sales to an agency model. Prudential now has one of the largest and most productive agency force in Ghana insurance industry. We decluttered our agency hierarchy, enhanced our agency career development, and reinforced a shift towards quality. And this has resulted in a unique career path for our agents. We also integrated our agency teams into the wider Prudential family. This support system, the world-class training they receive, coupled with an innovative suite of industry-first products, make Prudential a highly attractive place for our agents to work. We made history in 2020 by achieving 19 MDRT qualifiers. This is the first of its kind in Ghana, and this is a testament to the value created by the Prudential agency.
In Nigeria, the seventh most populous country in the world and largest economy in Africa, Prudential and Zenith have formed a strong and successful collaboration. Working together, we have established a hugely successful bank assurance partnership, bringing local insights and Asian experiences together. In just 2 years, our bank assurance footprint has expanded from 215 branches across 10 states to 366 branches across 36 states. In this time, premiums have increased 15 times and policy count has risen 9 times.
The partnership with Prudential in Nigeria has been an experience of tremendous optimism and great excitement. The speed of transformation and the quality of the franchise that is being built are endorsements to how Nigeria and Prudential have worked together as a team and had created the strength of partnership and reinforced the growth expectation for the future. We feel very excited that the future will be tremendous and great.
In Uganda, our journey began 5 years ago when we were virtually unknown in this corner of the world. Since then, we have built a team that is young, innovative, and recruited on the basis of their attitude and commitment to our values. In almost all hiring, our rule has been no prior insurance experience is necessary. Today, we are viewed as one of the leading places to work, and our culture has attracted talent from trendy startups, including Africa's first unicorn, large telcos, and leading banks. It is this team that has built the company that is today among the most well-recognized brands in the country, with a vibrant social media presence, high employee engagement scores, and one which was recently voted the most innovative life insurer in Uganda by our regulator.
Based on our successful launches in Asia, we are in the process of rapidly rolling out Pulse in each of our African countries. Pulse, our digital health and wellness ecosystem, will accelerate our shift to digitalization and further allow us to connect with our customers and our markets. It enables us to further collaborate with our partners across Africa, and it drives greater automation and scalability. It will broaden our growing focus on health and wellness in a significantly underserved set of markets.
In Kenya, one of the most digitally innovative of the African countries, we sponsor insurtech initiatives to help early and growth stage insurtech companies strengthen their product offering and drive financial inclusion in the market. We drive the agenda to explore ways insurance and technology can increase people's awareness and protection. A key area of our growth agenda is to give citizens the ability to participate in health, wealth, and savings opportunities.
Nothing shows our commitment to Africa more than our recent regional head office relocation from London to Nairobi. This is the start of an exciting next chapter in Prudential's journey in Africa, as we look to reinforce and expand our understanding of the variety of needs across Africa.
and to strengthen our connection and proximity to our customers across the continent. We're building on our strong foundation from which we can continue our expansion.
As we look forward and think about Prudential's potential in Africa, it's worth remembering the size and attractiveness of the opportunity Africa presents. Africa is a continent of opportunities with a young, increasingly tech-savvy population and some of the world's fastest growing economies. Prudential is bullish on Africa and bullish on the opportunity to serve a vast and growing customer base across the continent.
In addition to the significant structural trends driving demand, Africa is experiencing a digital leapfrogging. A jump in the penetration and prevalence of mobile communication has led to a rapid rise in mobile money. Today, 66% of registered mobile money customers worldwide are in Africa. And in some markets, there are already more mobile money accounts than traditional bank accounts, such as in Kenya, Uganda, and Cote d'Ivoire.
Unfortunately, the current quality of healthcare remains inaccessible and affordable for the most of the population across Africa. Out-of-pocket spend is significant and almost double that of Asia. This large protection gap is driving a rise in awareness and demand for health and wellness solutions.
At Prudential, our goal is to help people get the most out of life by protecting their health, growing their wealth, and helping them live well for longer. Nowhere else in the world is this more relevant. Through our increasingly digital and ever-expanding offerings, quality of product and service, and resilience of business, we have a significant opportunity to fulfill this purpose.
The team has shown you great examples of successes across the business and highlighted the opportunities we see in Africa. Demand for insurance solutions is growing across the continent. To meet this demand, we will continue expanding our presence, targeting markets with high growth potential, stable economies, and a conducive business environment. As we continue to innovate and establish quality relationships with our customers, distributors, partners, investors, and regulators, we have a huge opportunity to become a leading Pan-African insurer, to spearhead digital innovation, and to accelerate financial inclusion in Africa.
Wow, so that's truly exciting time in Africa for Prudential. A lot of growth, a lot of activities, and what's really amazing is that we're able to leapfrog with new technology into Africa. So I'm sure that Pulse, the digital ecosystem that I'm talking about, will be a tremendous factor in the growth of the African business. Any questions so far? I see some of my colleagues are here as well. Gwen, of course. So feel free to chime in anytime as well. Okay, moving along. So the three topics I want to cover is really customer centricity, and then how that led to digital transformation, of course, AI. Customer centricity really starts with our company purpose, which is to help people get the most out of life. This is first and foremost, not products, not policies. And we do that by making healthcare affordable and accessible. We do that by offering many fitness and health features in Pulse, our AI app, and it's totally free of charge for anyone to use. You do not need to be our customers. Secondly, we offer bite-sized digital products to provide low-cost basic coverage to as many people as possible. We also promote financial inclusion by providing many advanced AI tools available free to anyone within Pulse to help people plan and manage their savings. So we protect people's wealth, help them grow their assets, and empower them to save for the goals. Our company purpose is totally customer centric. We also see, and why we're building this Pulse and making it free for everyone. So we also see that recent study by the World Bank And the World Health Organization shows that more than half the world's population does not have access to essential health services. Particularly in Asia Pacific region, only a few percent have health insurance. The figure is even lower in Africa. Many fall into poverty if there is a major illness. So we believe apps like Pulse is a big step towards making healthcare more accessible to many more people. And that's why we're giving it out for free. The second point is that the World Bank estimates that every 2 seconds, imagine that every 2 seconds, someone aged 30 to 70 years old dies prematurely from non-communicable diseases such as cardiovascular disease, chronic respiratory disease, diabetes, or cancer. So that's quite a lot of people affected. So providing tools to help customers take charge of their own health, many of these premature deaths be avoided through better dieting planning, for example, or regular exercising. So this is truly important. And at Prudential, we believe we do well. Sorry, let me just get this slide up. So in Prudential, we believe that we do well by doing good. We believe the best way to solve the health and wealth challenges is to use highly scalable AI to provide valuable health or money management advice to anyone who needs them. We believe in giving back to communities where we operate and helping the less fortunate by providing affordable and sometimes free and easy access to quality healthcare and money management tools and services for all via our Pulse digital ecosystem. So for our customers, we see ourselves more and more as a partner. So for many in the insurance industry, just like us, we're leveraging AI and digital transformation to rethink the traditional role of insurer, which has basically been the same for the past hundreds of years, if not thousands, and which is basically focused on just policies, claims, and payments. So that's the traditional insurer. In the traditional role, there's practically no customer engagement, and the only customer interaction is when there is a claim. Now, Prudential has now moved to a role that is more of a partner in helping customers become healthier and wealthier. Customer engagement and interaction is frequent and potentially daily if they use our fitness tools. So it's kind of ironic in traditional insurance, interaction ends after you purchase a policy. But in the new partner model, interaction starts after you purchase a policy. So we have in Prudential, we have this model that shows how we evolve from insurer to partner. So it's 3 steps: prevent, postpone, and protect. First is preventing people from getting sick in the first place. So we do that through a variety of tools, such as providing alerts for regions where there's high risk of air pollution or dengue fever or COVID cases. We also provide digital health assessment together with a digital twin, which is a 3D model of your body to make sure you're well aware of your body condition. We also have an AI symptom checker, basically an AI doctor. So if you're worried about whether a symptom is serious or not, you can use the AI doctor to check. Second is postpone. Postpone aging or sickness through better fitness and health. We provide a range of tools to keep you healthy. That includes, lifestyle and wellness-related tools, to stay fit with challenges and communities to motivate you. So communities is very popular in many of the Asian countries where, they're basically online groups within Pulse for people with similar interests. Could be exercising, could be, cooking or foodie group, whatnot. But the thing is that, with communities, you get to interact with other people and you learn from them and share. And it also encourages good, better habits. So we encourage better dieting with things like meal planning, especially important for those with diabetes or potential for diabetes or heart disease. We also have chronic disease management to remind you to take medication regularly. And then last but not least is protect. If you do get sick, we provide easy access to physical doctors in clinics or hospitals, as well as via your phone with telemedicine and e-prescription delivery. So to serve our purpose of helping people get most out of life, we have 3 strategic objectives. Delivering, we deliver profitable growth while making good social impact and helping the communities we work in. Digitizing, we strive to make everything digital, from products, services, and of course, the digital experience. And finally, is humanizing. We provide our colleagues with a friendly environment for them to work, as well as grow and learn. We also humanize the experience of our customers with O2O, online to offline, where human agents and financial consultants can provide real human touch. So simply put, our mission is simple: to help customers become healthier and wealthier. So you can get more customer-centric than that. And we do it all through our Pulse app. Let me just stop here just a second or minute to see if there's any questions, reaction from the audience.
Mine is just to sort of call out to our cohort, right? The mission actually has the customer at the heart of it, and I think that's really exciting. Jihan, I'd love to hear from you.
Thanks, Emma. I just have one question, really, around in terms of like the target market. Of course, in terms of reaching, underserved markets and so on, they might not necessarily have access to, consistent, maybe use of an app and so on. So, for example, in those kinds of cases, what sort of strives are being made to sort of capture that market as well?
Yeah, that's a good question. Before I answer that, would some of my African colleagues be present who wants to chime in and take that? If not, I think what we're doing right now is first of all, we have this Pulse platform, which runs on Android and iOS, and we're in the process of rolling out to all the countries and all the functionalities within that. For the population that does not have access to those sophisticated phones, there's many approaches that's been adopted in by other people as well. Is that there, for example, there could be community centers where they might have such a phone, and they access the services through that location, or they have communities or groups or schools, etc. I think Africa is moving pretty very fast in terms of technology adoption, and I'm sure the percentage of the population that will be upgrading to newer phones, is going to happen sooner or later, depending on the country. So we will see how it goes. I think our first priority is really to roll out everything that we have in Pulse first within the current platform to as many people as possible, and then evaluate at that stage, a later stage when that's done, the situation in terms of mobile adoption in Africa to see our next strategy moving forward. So hopefully that doesn't really completely answer your question, but I think what I'm saying is that we're putting all the digital technology we have from Asia Pacific to Africa first. That's the first step, and then once that's done, we'll evaluate the situation again. But there's also additional options where you're not necessary to have everyone to have a phone. It could be shared among communities, groups, schools, organizations, and so forth, and they could still benefit from the AI doctor and health services. This is a great question. So important question. It's one that we've been following closely as well. Any other question? Okay, if not, let me continue with the presentation. So this slide is gives a bit more detail about our Pulse ecosystem. So this is part of our digitizing of our product, services, and experience. So at the top is you notice our delivery roadmap in 21 months. What that means is that the app has barely been launched, just 21 months ago, and currently we have over 30 million downloads already across the 17 countries that's available in. And the source of customers that download our app comes from, first of all, from our digital marketing efforts in social media, Facebook, YouTube, and so forth. It also comes from our partners and our partners' ecosystem. So Pulse itself is a digital ecosystem that includes, health, wealth, as well as SMEs. But being a digital ecosystem, what that really means is that we have a lot of digital partnerships that we could tap into. We are also embedded in other people's digital ecosystem as well. And some of the partnership includes, really large retailers, banks, payment gateways, telco companies, et cetera, et cetera. So out of that, it says 24, but so this slide is in June of this year, just a few months ago, but now it's already over 30 million downloads. Out of all those who downloaded, we have close to 10 million registration. In Pulse itself, we have 23 service partnerships. We have established 86 communities with 377,000 people joining those communities. So it's very active. We have 1.6 million freemium cover, as well as 1.8 million health services usage within the Pulse app. We have offering bite-sized digital products. So far, it's 337,000 those purchased. As well as some fee-based package products where we package several things together, maybe including a subscription, so forth. From all these interactions in our Pulse ecosystem, Pulse app, we are able to identify high potential customers as leads. So we generated 2.7 million leads from the digital ecosystem, and that resulted in 174,000 regular policy sold. So that accounts to 277 million APEs, with 3 million is direct D2C sales. So it's very exciting. It's growing rapidly, expanding. So this chart shows you some of the features within the Pulse app. It's not complete, but just to give you an idea. For example, our app is available in 11 languages. So there's dual language, biometric facial login. There's a health check, and after health check, you get a 3D model of your body. We call it AI digital twin. There's a symptom checker. So if you don't feel too well, you could use this chatbot to check if it's serious or not. And if it's something that that you need to see a doctor, you can see a doctor through telemedicine, which is of course very useful during pandemic and lockdown. You don't want to go out, and through telemedicine, depending depending on the country, we may actually deliver your prescription to your door through delivery services like Grab. And this is great for those who cannot who could not walk conveniently, or the elderly, or people with chronic illness where they just need to refill their prescription. There's no sense in going out to see a doctor just to refill your prescription. So this telemedicine is super convenient. We have things like a hospital navigator, let you know where's a nearby hospital. with the shortest waiting time, for example. In some countries, we have a dengue alert to let you know which region it has higher possibility of dengue fever. There's selfie BMI. Take a picture of selfie yourself. We could predict your BMI using AI. Gout buster to help you reduce possibility of gout. We also have a Chinese medicine assessment as well, which is of course very popular in Taiwan and Hong Kong. And then there's a health clinic, health content, wellness goals, communities I talked about. You can link to your wearables and your IoT devices, vaccination schedule, rewards, meal planner, food journal, and then of course you can check your policies. And then we have a shop where you buy stuff, and then of course employee flex benefits for SMEs who join our group policies insurance. So that was the end of last year, and the Pulse ecosystem works like that. So first of all, we engage a user by becoming a trusted advisor, helping individual achieve their personalized health and wellness goals, and we do that through a whole set of tools and capabilities. AI assessment, triage, lifestyle management, medicine that I talked about. And then through that interaction, we identify potential people who might need coverage. So that drives our revenue stream. We have D2C offering in bite-sized coverages. We have customized packages, products, third-party service offerings, modular products with subscriptions, and then these D2C can turn to O2O as leads for our agents and financial consultants. And we could do virtual face-to-face fulfillment. So you don't actually need to see the agents in person. You can actually buy a policy virtually using your webcam. And of course, there's a lot of technology support for that. So there's e-document, document sharing, e-signature, e-payment, etc. Certain facilities in Pulse is white label, so that we could also be embedded into our customers' ecosystem. And then, of course, through Pulse, we also do fulfillment, claims, and all the traditional stuff. This is the status of the different capabilities, and that was end of last year. Currently, there's a lot more countries. So we have things like digital products, subscriptions, virtual face-to-face, e-claims, e-service, e-wallets, e-payment. Any question on Pulse app so far? Okay, then let me show you another video that explains, basically a summary of what I've been talking about, how we put customers at the heart of what we do. It also mentioned about how we are digitizing our agency force as well.
In today's world, customers are firmly in the driver's seat when it comes to the change agenda of a business. They are the ones who make decisions on product purchases and how they like to be serviced. Putting customer at the heart of the business is essential to drive customer loyalty and profitable growth. "2020 reminded people of their yearning for social interaction, and human connection is more important than ever before. With health and wellness as the priority, protecting from the unknown is now more valuable. This means People are willing to forego discretionary spending for both health and life insurance. We are always listening to the social trends that shape consumers' preferences for insurance and healthcare. Millennials are the empowered generation. They are looking to grow wealth and to protect their family's health. The silver generation is looking to be healthier by preparing for a fruitful retirement. Because we understand our customer healthcare journey, our health ecosystem starts from prevent to postpone and protect. In order to drive financial inclusion for all, we have a wealth ecosystem for wealth creation and protection. These are delivered through Pulse, our innovative digital platform to make our customer healthier and wealthier. In 2020, we responded quickly to the COVID-19 crisis, providing relevant insurance coverage across 9 markets, protecting over 1 million lives. In 2021, we offer benefits for the side effects from the COVID-19 vaccine in markets where the local government has launched mass vaccination program. Today, these benefits are available in 5 markets. Under our We Do Well Together commitment, we bring communities together, reimagining the way we do wellness in a fun and playful way. Customers are getting both fitter and smarter. They know their needs and seek advice to help them decide. Being customer first means understanding them at a human level. Nobody cares how much you know unless you show them how much you care and that you can be trusted.
We are a trusted brand. This trust is built on the advice given to the 10 million customers served by our agents. We are rapidly retuning and retooling our agency force in response to the changing customers' behavior. We have built an active learning culture. Our always-on pro-expert learning platform has a growing library of over 1,200 bite-sized videos. This reinforcement of professionalism and quality of care for customers has doubled the number of $1 Million Roundtable or MDRT qualifiers in 2020 to 13,200. Virtual Connections has enabled recruitment online. We attracted over 118,000 aspirants to join our agency force, an increase of 13% over 2019. To take professionalism of our agency force to the next level begins with our agency leaders. Our Verge Leaders programs redefine the value proposition of successful leadership. We are equipping our leaders with tools to mentor agents for success, to build teams of financial influencers of tomorrow, to serve today's smart customers and build sustainable business. The first batch of Verge leaders delivered a double-digit growth in recruitment, active agents, and productivity. This has given them significant increase in their production and income in 2020. Sourcing the right candidate is critical in providing need-based advice for customers. Prudential is our base camp for the next generation leaders. Our profiling assessment, PruDNA, helps select those with propensity to succeed. Prudential provides them with success assurances through coaching, learning, and intensive training. We empower and fast-track them to become MDRTs. In turn, lead others to become MDRTs. The role of an agent is to prospect, engage, and advise customers. We are reinventing each facet of the role to fit a digital business model. Their traditional reliance on friends and relatives is constrained by capacity. Social media and digital platforms are now a must for acquiring customers at scale. PruLeads at Pulse has a digital reservoir, capturing their pool of prospects and customers. AI guides the agents for regular engagement and conversations. Now, agents can offer timely service and advice, even without in-person meetings. This connection helped build lasting relationship with our customers and increase our agents' productivity by 8% last year. We are proud of our men from the Pru heritage, with the iconic briefcase serving customers from town to town. To serve today's digital citizens, our agents now carry Pru Force at Pulse, a mobile-first, all-in-one e-briefcase for all business needs. We equip our agency force by integrating physical and digital means to serve customers. Our agents are the bionic men and women from the group.
Prudential is Asia's first and largest partnership distribution player. The region's most successful strategic alliances are with Standard Chartered Bank, SCB, and United Overseas Bank, UOB. These alliances underscore the value Prudential brings to its partners. Our success in bank assurance is best demonstrated by our 20% plus penetration of the affluent segment, where the banks have the strongest relationship with their customers. But enormous opportunities remain with other segments, including high net worth, mass, and small to medium enterprise, which represent more than 10 million customers. Our health, wellness, and segment-specific propositions are helping banks expand and deepen their consumer relationships. Customers who want to access Prudential through their bank relationship expect us to personalize their experience to suit their needs. By integrating Prudential and partner systems, we provide the best possible customer experience, increasing customer retention and lowering leakages. Prudential's impressive portfolio of strategic partnerships gives us access to an incremental client base. With the support of technology, we've adapted our strategy to meet the proposition and solution delivery needs of these customers. For the mass market, who may not visit branches, we have developed bite-sized digital solutions that address their most pressing life and health needs. We were one of the first in Singapore to launch a fully digital cancer solution through our partner UOB. Another example is the so far underserved but significant small to medium enterprise segment. Our ecosystem of Business at Pulse helps us expand our reach to these customers with services for the business owners. Data and analytics are fundamental to a successful partnership. They allow us to develop models for consumer acquisition, retention, and cross-sell programs so that we deliver the optimal insurance solution through the most convenient channel. In 2020, we collaborated with SCB in Hong Kong to roll out a customized critical illness offer with predictive underwriting. During the campaign, over 2,000 SCB customers took the offer with a total sum assured of $200 million US. With increasing use of digital platforms, Prudential and its partners are prepared for the future of hybrid sales journeys. To help our partners adapt to these new hybrid journeys, PruExpert provides a curated, on-demand library of insurance content to equip our distributors to better serve their customers. We've deployed our refreshed approach across all distribution partnerships, both existing and new, and it's already delivering results. This customer-centric approach has recently won us new partnerships, including Thai Military Bank in Thailand and C Bank in Vietnam.
We are in the business of making promises and keeping promises. Giving customers what they look for is our strategic weapon to sustain business growth. We are the leading insurer for consumer loyalty and satisfaction. We are number one in the Net Promoter Score across Southeast Asia. People expect prompt, personalized services at all times and at all touch points. And we are making it easy for people to purchase and own life and health insurance. Starting with the engagement with their financial consultant who understand their needs, to a hassle-free journey with real-time responses powered by smart underwriting. Our customer can get the coverage they need, seamlessly done over a cup of tea. Customer know Prudential will be there when they need us most, at the moment of truth. This is a crucial moment during one of their most emotional times. We promise to keep our word that all valid claims will be paid as soon as possible with compassion and care. Our care extends beyond paying hospital bills. We offer preventive healthcare and rehabilitation program tailored to the clients. Our claim system uses AI to make decisions faster and easier, and we saw up to 30% improvement in turnaround time, and this will go a long way to boost customer loyalty. While our customers are in the driver's seat, we are guiding them where they go and making the journey a pleasant one. We embrace data and intelligence to anticipate behaviors so that we can make customer decisions with pace. Customer experience is our new growth engine. People can choose from digital self-service to the luxury human touch connection. Our future-ready platform embodies the voice of the customer. Happy customers stay loyal and make our business more sustainable and more profitable.
So, any question about how we approach customer at the heart of what we do? So there's a big part of the video is about how we energize the agency force with digital capabilities, which is of course a major change from traditional insurers. Everything that our agents and financial consultants need are already in the app. It includes lead distribution, so they get leads from the app. They follow up and talk to customers through the app. Statuses as well. They also do learning through the apps. We guide them along the process. We remind them of customer birthdays. We remind them when policies are due, et cetera, et cetera. We give each agent a dashboard to show them how they're progressing towards their MDRT. And then for agency leaders, they get a dashboard to see all the agents under the organization and so forth. So the whole agency is totally digitized, from onboarding to learning to even from recruitment all the way to MDRT. So that's a major change on the agency side. So we're not only providing digital ecosystem for our customers, but also for our agency force, which is pretty sizable. Okay, next I'll talk about very quickly digital transformation. I see we have roughly an hour left. So digital transformation, and we're very fortunate. We start our digital transformation journey roughly 3 or 4 years ago, way before the pandemic. But many other companies have struggled because they do not have a well-formulated digital strategy. So the following sets of slides talk about digital transformation in general, as well as some of the specific things that we did. So needless to say, COVID-19 has changed all aspects of our life. How we work, how we live, how we get entertained, and how children get studied. So any company without a digital presence or without a good digital customer experience are disappearing quickly. And you see many companies disappear over the past couple of years. So with a lot of activities going digital, having a strategy for digital transformation is very important. A study shows that 45% of customers plan to continue to use more online services even after pandemic, whenever that would happen. So having a digital transformation strategy is super important for companies of all sizes. And unfortunately, we start on that journey a long time ago. One of the things that we noticed is that COVID-19 has really accelerated digital transformation. Some say by 5 or even 7 years. So there's a sense of urgency to be fully digital. And for a company to undergo digital transformation ASAP. Now, for the insurance industry, this is very evident, and obviously, the audience here know this very well. Prior to COVID-19, due to the type of products we offer and various government regulations, practically most of our products could not be sold virtually. It has to be sold face-to-face. I don't know if that's a similar situation in Africa, but at least in Asia, region, the regulators want us to sell these products face to face, to explain the products mainly, to make sure the customers understand what they're buying. So with COVID-19, insurance regulator across Asia quickly established new policies and guidelines for virtual selling. So currently, over 90% of what we offer could be sold virtually. So this is a major change from close to 0 to 90%. And this requires adoption of range of a lot of new technology, including eKYC, AI facial recognition, biometric login, virtual conferencing, e-policy generation, e-signature, e-payment, e-claims, et cetera. So fortunately for us, most of the technology we're already in use in different processes. We're able to create quickly put together a complete flow, adapt to the new norm very quickly. So I think the only silver lining, if there's any, behind the dark clouds of COVID-19 is that insurance regulators around the world are finally embracing digital and virtual selling and really accelerating the pace of digital adoption in the insurance industry. Would you guys agree? And any comments on any view from Africa? Is that the case as well? A lot of accelerated growth. Okay, besides the accelerated adoption of digital transformation, ecosystem is also is growing. So being digital is not enough. Consumers want easy access to related products and services all in one spot. If you don't have an ecosystem, at least you need to tap into partners' ecosystem to get the customer. So according to McKinsey, ecosystem will account for 30% of global revenue by 2025. And McKinsey also noted that insurance companies have the opportunity to create new sources of revenue by rethinking the traditional roles and adopting an ecosystem mindset. So we have the foresight to adopt a digital ecosystem several years ago, and basically that is the Pulse app that we have. So at Prudential, we created the digital ecosystem of complementary services and products that cater to full range of health and wealth needs, as well as for SMEs and enterprise business. Furthermore, our Pulse ecosystem was designed with an open API that allows us to easily tap into other digital ecosystems operated by our partners, such as retailers, telcos, and so forth.
Andy, I just saw a question in the chat from Malika, who actually has two questions. Malika, you're welcome to unmute and ask. But one of the questions was around driving adoption and use of the app in Africa, which I think is really interesting. My experience has been similar in the market here. That lower income segments tend to prefer more face-to-face, less digital. So how was Pulse sort of combating that? And then a little bit more about localization of the app. So are you able to, translate to different languages, or are you able to talk about sort of different cuisines? But Malika, please feel free to add to that question.
Yes, definitely. So although this is one Pulse, depending on the country that you download and log into, the interface you see is different. So we support currently 11 languages, including French. And the content is localized, of course. It has to be localized because obviously your products are localized as well. So content, products, subscriptions, etc. Talk about nutrition and of course the cuisines. All those are localized. So that's no problem. So definitely we cater to different habits and needs of the countries. So some of the features that I talked about or I showed before are only available in certain countries because it's needed. For example, dengue fever. It's more important in countries like like Malaysia or Indonesia and so forth. And then we have features like traditional Chinese medicine, which is mostly popular in Hong Kong and Taiwan. So definitely the app is customized for different countries, but the platform itself is just one platform. You can think of it as different modules that we put into the Pulse app that allows countries to mix and match. The languages we support, like I said, 11 languages, so that's not a problem. And definitely, being able to support local culture and it's very, very important. Okay, maybe I continue.
And then I think.
Oh, yes.
I think the other sort of piece was just around how you're getting uptake of the use of the app across the continent. I think the question was around, there's feedback that some of the users here are less likely to want to use an app. They want to do things face to face. It's very relational. So are there any tactics that Prudential is following or that you know of to increase use of tech as we think about engaging with insurance or your health?
Yes, I mean, it's totally up to the customer. So for some younger generation, if they want to go fully digital, we have some bite-sized D2C products. But if a customer wants to talk to a person, so the app is connected to our agency apps. So if a customer wants to talk to an agent, a person, goes through our lead distribution and it assigns it to a particular person based on some AI criteria, for example, locality, or maybe gender, age, or product, and so forth, so that we match the best agent to the potential customer. And then they could start the interaction either through messaging like WhatsApp, or they could meet face to face or virtually through our platform as well. So definitely the human is still, I mean, the main thing for the Pulse is really to help the customer, but how they want to be serviced, very often at the end of the day, it will be through our agency force. The digital products are really small, bite-sized products, just for those people who are young. They just we want them to get into the habit of getting some protection, and then once they want to go into a regular product, definitely they need to talk to an agent or financial consultant. So we see the Pulse app as really something to help the customers, but also as a lead generation tool as well. Okay, does that answer the question?
Okay, yeah, maybe I think so, and I'm sure if we keep going.
Okay. So next is, we talk about digital transformation and ecosystem and so forth, but having everything that addresses this slide addresses the question just now is it's hard to stay close to your customer if everything's digital, right? And that's where AI comes in. Through the online touch points and footprints, AI and all the data that we collect helps us better understand our customers, their demographic, their personal preferences, their needs, et cetera, et cetera. So I think digital transformation together with AI not only allow companies to innovate and create products and services better, faster, and cheaper, but also stay closer to your customers. Because once you're missing that human aspect, you need AI and data to really understand your customers better. So using AI, customer experience could be enhanced by making the entire user journey totally frictionless with AI and machine learning automation. You have personalization, providing personalized content, personalized recommendation that precisely pinpoint what the users need and wants and could afford. So, staying closer to your customer and giving them an awesome customer experience is the ability to use AI machine learning to give each and every customer a unique experience. No, not one size fits all. In the previous video, we talked about the man from the Peru. And once upon a time, this is this is a iconic thing for Prudential. Prudential was famous for the man from the Peru. Everyone recognizes, this brand is recognized for this. So our financial consultants back in the day, so that's a long time ago. Back in our days, our financial consultant would visit each and every customer's, once a week or sometimes once a month to collect 1 penny for each person covered. And obviously that's a long time ago, but by visiting them, each week or each month, they're like part of the family. They would go into the family, sit and drink tea, chat with the family members, get to know all of them, get to know the neighbors, so they became trusted advisors. So back in the days, we had a lot of interaction with our customers and lots of opportunities to upsell and cross-sell. So in the digital world, we seem to lose that ability. So what do? Now, in order to know your customers like the good old days, the man from the Peru, or more appropriate nowadays, the person from the Peru, we need data. We need data so that we understand our customers, who they are. Are they male, female? Do they have a family? What are their interests? Do they like to exercise? Do they like to run? But traditional insurers do not have that kind of data. We have a lot of data, but they're transactional data on policies, claims, like that. So we need to have something else. So that's why, one of the reasons why we create a digital ecosystem is that we could understand our customer better. We could collect customer data, understand their needs, interests, what life stage they are at, their financial profile, so that we can match the best content, services, or product to fit their needs and budget. At the same time, we're also digitizing our agency force. You saw the video. We have tools from Pru DNA, Pru Expert, Pru Force. That basically, end-to-end, digital for our agency, from improvement, learning, lead management, and so forth. So using, for example, Pru DNA, we recruited over 100,000 new agents last year. Out of that, 13,200 are MDRT qualifiers, so that's pretty amazing. We have over 1,000 bite-sized videos to teach agents everything about the business. We also generate a lot of leads from Pulse and fed that to our agency force for them to follow up. So that's a digital transformation journey and why we're doing it and benefits. Next, I want to share very quickly, because we have a lot of innovators here. So we'll just share very quickly on AI aspect. What are we doing in the AI? Before I go into the AI, any other questions about the digital transformation? Okay. So let's see how much time we have. Okay. So, oh, there's a question. I see. Elias, you have a question?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, this is amazing and quite enlightening. And my question is just around the regulatory maybe constraint that you might have faced, because I know Pulse is working in a number of jurisdictions. Are there typical challenges or obstacles that you guys faced to bring this out in other jurisdictions, or did you kind of engage the regulator in any stage? Maybe if you can share something on that.
Yes, definitely. The regulators are very important partners. We definitely got them involved very early on. I guess it was a bit more difficult maybe 1 or 2 years ago when it was new, but with Pulse in so many countries and being a more mature platform with a lot of functionalities, I think most regulators understand and really welcome the innovation that we're bringing into the insurance industry, as well as the health protection. So it's I think the key thing is to be to get regulators involved early on, to show demonstration of the technology, explain the benefit. I think regulators at the end of the day, they're really their objective is really to protect the consumer. So as long as they understand the benefit that we're bringing to the consumer, they're more than happy with what we've been doing so far. So yes, definitely, get regulators involved, meet with them, show demos, and be very transparent. It's
maybe
not
just
a lot of, yeah.
Yeah, just a follow-up on this. How about data protection? Given that Prudential operates in Europe, the GDPR regulations, and maybe some insights on that. Were there any obstacles faced on the data protection side? And maybe how did you guys transverse across such regulations?
Well, I mean, we don't transpass, we follow other regulations. And the regulation differ from country to country. So we tend to follow the strictest, GDPR, for example. But the things that we do is all based on. I mean, the regulations are really to protect the consumer interests, and which is good. I mean, it also gives us a guideline on what consumers are comfortable with. So we follow all the regulations. In terms of data, has to be with consent, of course, with customer consent. All PII is protected. So for example, when we have partners, the partners would not have PII on individuals. They might get some sort of random hash that they have no idea who that are. So there's a lot of things in technology that we need to do to protect the ID of individuals when working with partners and other digital ecosystems. But it's I mean, there's a lot of technical detail to work out. But in a day, the regulators and the requirements makes the product even better, more solid, rigid product. And by us following the strictest rule that's in the market, such as the GDPR, we're able to quickly be deployed in many markets across the region. So obviously, all regulators have different requirements, and they're really stringent on data privacy. So the fact that we are deployed in 17 markets around the world with different regulators, different regulations, kind of tell you that the sophistication that we have put into our data protection and privacy support for the app.
Maybe just the very last question, which region did it move the slowest working with the regulators? Maybe if you might share that. And maybe where did it move the quickest? And maybe what can you tell us that regulator did different from? I
don't have any to share on that. They're all good people. They're all fine. They have different challenges, each country, so it's kind of hard to compare. It's not like apples and oranges.
Super, thanks.
Okay. Any other question? If not, I'll quickly move into the AI part. And how many of the audience are really AI techies, have a background in AI? I'm sure most of you are. Being in InsurTech, you probably use AI. So quickly, so this gets a bit slightly technical, not that much. So AI is very important. People say data is the new oil. AI is the new electricity that we get from data. So to make data useful, you need AI. AI can be used throughout the customer journey. So AI makes the customer journey frictionless and seamless. So from, this is a typical customer journey from awareness, consideration, purchase, service to efficacy. At each point, there's a lot of AI. So just to give you an example, in awareness, we use AI optimized digital marketing, AI micro-segmentation, AI personalized content in terms of the ads, for example. In consideration, when they're doing research and consideration, we have hyper-personalized recommendations, AI lead management, robo-advisors, etc. And when they're ready to buy, we have AI predictive underwriting, dynamic pricing, AI upselling, cross-selling, and then AI RPA, for example, to make it frictionless. In surfacing, of course, there's a lot of AI chatbot for surfacing is very popular. Of course, in the back end, there's RPA, automatic claim processing, AI fraud detection. These are all standard. In advocacy, we have AI personalized customer engagement, personalized content. In terms of AI technology and Pulse, there's a lot. I'm just going to talk about 4: knowledge graph, machine learning, deep learning, chatbots, and then big data. Knowledge graph is a form of AI where we put knowledge as a large network. And we use that in our AI symptom checker. And basically, our AI symptom checker is from Babylon. And what it does is it takes basically the entirety of human knowledge on the medical domain. And the medical domain, because it's very structured, a lot of knowledge is already encoded into various taxonomies and so forth. So this is SNOMED CT, which a lot of companies use for example, claim terminology. So this is basically a representation of coronavirus or SARS, severe acute respiratory symptoms, and shows the relationship between diseases and symptoms. So I'm not going to go through this diagram, but what we have is that we have a giant network of this sort, millions of nodes, basically all the popular diseases known to mankind in an AI system. And then our customers using Pulse could check the symptoms against this gigantic encyclopedia of medical knowledge. So this is a demo of using Alexa. Of course, we don't use Alexa, we use text, but this is the same thing, but using Alexa to make it easier to demonstrate and show how a person talking to the AI doctor and how the AI doctor in the background searches through this encyclopedia to figure out what are the potential illnesses this person has. So let me just show this video very quickly. It's only like 2 minutes. Pretty amazing, huh? So, so if the symptom checker recommends you to see a doctor, you could also see a doctor throughout telemedicine. So that symptom checker that you just saw now, with all that sophisticated knowledge graph in the background, is available free for to use in Africa continent. We have also worked with Babylon to translate into different languages. So I believe it's one of the most sophisticated AI doctor around because it embodies decades of human knowledge from the medical domain, and it's been vetted by thousands of doctors around the world. So it's pretty sophisticated. And we also have, besides the AI symptom checker, we have a health check. So if you go through the health check, it generates a 3D anatomical view of your body to give you a sense of how you're doing. We also, and if you're sick, if you want to look at find a hospital using AI, we know your locality. We find the hospital that's nearby, as well as maybe a hospital with the shortest wait, for example. If you're in a busy city like Hong Kong, if you don't want to go to a hospital, you want to see a doctor, we can find a network doctor for you. And if you need teleconsultation, we have a platform where you could talk to a doctor through your webcam. The same platform can be used for other experts, not just doctors. Could be used for dietitians. Could be used for trainers. Could be used for your psychologists, et cetera, et cetera. So we're making this platform. We call it Pulse for Experts. So any kind of experts. And then for teleconsultation, if you need a prescription, that could be sent to a delivery service like Grab and deliver it to your home. So that was the knowledge graph and other AI. So we also use deep learning. Deep learning, of course, is the most popular AI these days, and very often it's used for face recognition. So we have a BMI selfie. So you take a selfie, and selfie is so popular. You take a selfie of yourself each day. We could predict your BMI, see if you're improving with exercise. And in some countries, if you're improving, if your BMI is improving, we reward you. For example, additional coverages or reduced premiums if you exercise regularly. So that's a good incentive, easy way to check. We also have AI facial analytics. And this requires videos. So with bandwidth getting cheaper and 5G, so far we see more and more selfie videos and TikTok, like TikTok videos. So if you take a short video yourself, AI deep learning could extract key vital signs like blood oxygenation level, respiratory rates, heartbeat, even heartbeats. So basically, instant health check by just analyzing a video of a person. Deep learning could be used for a skin check too. So you take a picture of a part of your skin that you think there might be a problem. We could check if there's a skin condition you need to worry about. It could be used for nail diseases as well. We also have an interesting and very popular AI exercise buddy. So basically, you point the camera at yourself as you do exercise, and it acts like a virtual coach. So it detects if your posture is correct or not, give advice. It also counts push-ups, squats. So it's actually like your exercise companion. We use deep learning for AI oral health. You take a picture of your teeth. We check if it's getting wider, for example. We also have games to help encourage children to have good brushing habits. Chatbots and RPA chatbots are very popular these days. So we use chatbot for customer servicing. So you need to ask questions about product, for example, or you need to change data about yourself, your personal data, your address, or things like that. So that's very easy. So you do it through this app, and then RPA makes actual changes in the background for you. We talk about health a lot, but we have a full spectrum of similar technology for wealth management. So you could have we have an AI doctor to help you manage your wealth, help you do financial planning and investment advice. And so forth. And then big data and machine learning, of course, is the most important. The main reasons why we have the digital ecosystem is to get enough data so that we understand our customers and use machine learning to predict their needs. So at the end of the day, it's really about making the app as personal as you can. So if an app offers the same content, the same product, the same service to everyone, you're really you're really addressing no one's needs. So AI and machine learning allows us to understand our digital customers much better. AI allows us to treat each person as an individual, a unique individual with unique goals, unique needs. And I believe AI and personalization really adding the human touch back to the digital platform. So that's very important. And then digital transformation, DX plus AI. What do we get from that? It allows us to identify the right person and give them the right product, service, or content at the right time in their life and at the right price and immediate right now. So totally frictionless and seamless. This is how digital transformation plus AI gives benefit to a company. So I want to, so everyone's very lucky today because I'm going to share my magic formula with you. The magic formula is DX plus AI equals awesome CX, which stands for customer experience. So feel free to reuse this, but remember to quote me, Andy Chan, if you do. So, to achieve true customer centricity, we need to be transformational in how we approach everything, how we approach marketing, how we approach products, how we approach pricing, how do we approach online experience. And more and more, I think we see that AI machine learning is the key factor in providing this seamless customer experience, giving people exactly what they need when they need it, and at a price that they could really afford. So to end, I would like to show you a video which basically summarizes everything that I've just been talking about. So actually, I could have just shown you this video and then skip the talk, but here's the video. Let me show you the video that summarizes all the technology behind Pulse and why we did it.
For some reason, that is not playing with sound on our end.
I'm sorry? Was there a comment?
Oh, yeah. Can you check the sound when you're playing? For some reason, I can't hear, but it might just be me.
Anyone else? Can other people hear?
Same here, no sound.
I'm sorry?
We can't.
Oh, you
We
cannot
can't
hear?
hear. Yeah.
You can hear. Oh, okay. So can or cannot? I could reshare again just to make sure. Let me just reshare again to make sure.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, here, let's try again.
We have sound now.
My passion is growth, but growth by solving customer pain points. So what is Pulse? Pulse is the world's first ecosystem completely dedicated to getting our customers healthier and wealthier. Now, why did we think of Pulse? Basically, customer behavior, customer expectation are changing. Customers now expect to use digital by default. And this gives rise to a completely different type of competition. So we have the traditional competitors, but we also have the new big tech players, and we had to react. So when I first thought of Pulse, I thought of this fundamentally in terms of customer needs and customer pain points, and then what we had to do to differentiate ourselves in a sustainable way.
The way we understand customers' need is through their interactions with our Pulse app. Inside the app, we offer many useful and sticky content, including digital health, fitness, lifestyle, and communities. The more users use the app, the better we understand their interests and needs. With the help of AI and machine learning, we could build offers tailored to the individual needs of each customer. Those offers range from personalized content, bite-sized products which customers can purchase directly from the app, to subscription packages where we bundle our services with those offered by our ecosystem partners, or traditional products which agents can follow up with the customers offline. The whole user experience is simple, intuitive, and personalized.
So it gives us a growth engine. So it's a growth engine that can grow at scale in terms of customer numbers and yet still satisfy individual customers. Now, how does it do that? How can we get huge numbers of customers and yet satisfy individuals? That's because we use data. Data. Did I say data? And then we use AI to make sure that AI looks after the customer first, and that we can do at scale.
Pulse has three key value drivers. Firstly, a one-platform approach creates enormous efficiencies from around the group as we remove duplication and centralize our considerable purchasing and operating power. We have several hundred legacy systems we are integrating and deduplicating. Importantly, the customer journey is uninterrupted and is truly end-to-end. Secondly, we increase the productivity of our agents and banker partners. The deeper the insights we get into our customers, the better acquainted, productive, and more connected everyone becomes. And finally, we enrich customer engagement. Insurance is a product that is sold, not bought. Pulse is about engaging directly with customers on topics of interest to them rather than the interests of an insurance company. These three value drivers moves us closer to a platform business than a traditional life company and allows us the ability to scale volume at almost zero marginal costs, giving strong operating leverage.
Another key offering we've created with Pulse is an extraordinary SME platform that is a catalyst for growth. SMEs are a market segment that remain hugely underserved, so we created Business at Pulse. This is an all-inclusive platform for business owners and their employees, providing HR information and benefits to lifestyle programs. For SMEs in Asia and Africa, Business at Pulse is already helping thousands of business owners help their employees navigate their benefits and healthcare. As these employees further interact with our platform and we create more products to service them, we help the SMEs encourage their employees to develop healthier and wealthier habits. Pulse has also allowed us to open up new distribution channels to further grow sales. We can now work with non-traditional partners to provide Prudential services to their customers in a purely digital format. And there's more opportunities to co-create new digital products to a whole new set of customers. Wealth service is another important component of Pulse. Over the next 10 years, the asset management industry will face exponential change through the growth of China, passive investing, environment, social and governance initiatives, as well as disruptive technologies and continuous margin compression. Wealth Services at Pulse treats the customer as a segment of one and recommends solutions from a curated marketplace of services, rewards, products, and providers all in one space. And this will not be limited to Prudential products and Eastspring funds. It will span a wide range of selected banks, other insurance companies, and asset managers.
There's a substantial opportunity to help solve the insurance, savings, investment, and retirement shortfall for a newly wealthy population, and Pulse is well positioned to address this. Prudential is well known. We have reputable infrastructure, deep experience in Asia, and significant agent capability. Expanding our reach and capability through Pulse for this new market segment will drive significant assets under administration and APE.
Pulse now allows us to address new customer segments across the whole spectrum. Why? Because we make quality healthcare and wealth care accessible and affordable to all. This allows us to create new customer segments, but also serves existing customers. Let me give an example by way of distribution model. Now, the distribution model is simple because the digital touchpoints now multiply the reasons why our agents can then speak to our customers. This allows us to first complete a digital transaction and yet have the agents provide advice, and advice leads to better outcomes for both sides. So you have the best of digital and you have the best of humans. Customers or their advisors can choose subscriptions across the whole range of health and wealth without friction. So what we're talking about here is 10x, 10 times the growth, both in terms of interactions with customers, but also benefits to the customer and benefits to us.
For the customer, Pulse is a truly end-to-end, seamless, and intuitive experience. Customers can use the Pulse app to look up their policy information, submit claims anytime, from anywhere, and monitor its status in real time. In some markets, Pulse app enables fast admission to hospitals within the Medical network. Pulse provides Prudential with a true omni-channel presence, supporting interaction with our customers via any medium they choose, online, offline, or through our partners.
Technologies such as AI and machine learning, together with data, have played an invaluable part in developing Pulse. Because customers have entrusted us with their data, we take information security and data privacy seriously to ensure peace of mind for our customers. We have built strong internal capabilities to constantly automate and develop secure toolsets that can rapidly monitor and respond to threats in our environment in a scalable and effective manner. The way our customers use Pulse tells us a lot about their interests, needs, and how they want to engage with Prudential. Using data and AI feedback loops, and with customer consent, Pulse can personalize and provide the most relevant content and products from us or from our partners, and we can deliver it instantly, all in the support of helping customers achieve their health and wealth goals. These technologies have also allowed us to create engaging, useful, and often entertaining tools. For instance, with the help of AI, we can provide a customer with an exercise partner to keep him company on a run or workout. Or a Pulse AI doctor can answer initial questions and recommend relevant real-world physicians. In Hong Kong, we were quickly able to roll out a COVID-19 vaccine full care fund. And with our digital twin, you can generate a 3D anatomical view of your own body and receive insights and suggestions tailored for you.
Let's look at Pulse in action in Indonesia. Ruth, a generation-wide K-pop dance fanatic, downloads Pulse to receive exclusive updates on her favorite K-pop band. As we track her activity, we offer Ruth a 14-day free trial for our Booger plan. We see that Ruth is using Pulse to improve her fitness and track her calories, and that she's recommending Pulse back to her friends via WhatsApp. Meanwhile, she hears that there's been a dengue fever outbreak in her neighborhood and remembers to use her voucher to purchase Prudential Care. She receives a nudge to take up a cashback offer, which connects her to an agent who already, through Pulse, has a lot of insight into Ruth's profile and interests, and is able to offer her a more comprehensive health plan. Meanwhile, Ada, our 40-something mom, learns there is a Sharia for All community on Pulse. Pulse AI sends nudges to purchase Prudential Care, a simple product with Sharia value based on her activity on the Sharia community and her age. Her agent, Helen, receives a notification from Pulse Leads and calls Ada for virtual face-to-face follow-ups, which leads Ada to purchase Prudential.
At any time, thousands of AI interactions on this level are taking place to build loyalty and provide us with more insights about future communication. This AI-driven digital marketing helps to scale customer acquisition and provide the best match of potential customers with agents to shorten the lead to cash cycle. Pulse is learning and automating tasks that were previously human intensive, such as underwriting, servicing, and claims, so that we're able to manage our customers faster, cheaper, and better.
Here's an example of an end-to-end customer health journey in Indonesia. The journey begins when the potential customer receives nudges on social media and other channels to download and register Pulse. Once downloaded and through AI-powered messaging, the user is encouraged to actively engage with Pulse. Any interactions the user does, such as checking their 3D body or consulting with an online doctor, these are fed real-time to prove false at Pulse, which then finds the right product to recommend. This new lead is pushed to the agent along with the potential customer's profile and any useful conversations and actions that have taken place. The agent can have a virtual face-to-face all within the Pulse app. And once the agent and customer have agreed the right service, Pulse makes the follow-through execution easy. More than 600 hospitals across Indonesia are hooked up to Pulse for cashless admission, so the customer can register for treatment and then submit e-claims and track them all at a touch of a button. If the agent wants to provide an added value service and help with the e-claim submission, Pulse allows this to happen easily. And all the way through, our customer data security is our top priority, including one-time passwords and authorization notices.
Our unique ability to leverage AI so broadly throughout Pulse ecosystem is a major differentiator. AI intelligence services benefit not only our customers, their families and communities, but also our ecosystem partners, distribution partners, and SME customers.
So how do we make money? Now we make money because Pulse is a new business model. Admittedly, you could argue it's the same business model as other ecosystems that work on platforms at scale, but not in our industry. So number one, the business model gives us multiple sources of revenue. Number two, operating leverage, far superior operating leverage. Number three, self-sustaining growth. And number four, speed to market for innovation. So we can do things in hours, not months. I think nobody's going to be in a better position than us in making our customers healthier and wealthier. And because we'll measure this in metrics that we call the Health, Wealth, and Social Index, and there is a correlation between the customer's health and wealth and Prudential's health and wealth, we will make our customers healthier and wealthier at the same time as making Prudential healthier and wealthier.
Okay, so let me just end with this one slide to summarize what really drives us to do what we do, what drives us to be customer-centric, what drives us to do our digital transformation, what drives us to leverage all the AI machine learning. It's just one simple statement. We're trying to make our customers healthier and wealthier. That's our very simple, highly focused mission. Thank you, everyone, for listening. I'll be happy to answer any more questions you might have. No questions? Too much to digest? I know we went through a lot of material.
It sounds like there's definitely some asks to get some of the resources.
The videos online. It's part of our June Investor Day event. So we have a lot more videos. I only show 3 of them. There's a lot more. I can give you the link to that later on. So all the slides are also in our investor presentations as well. So these are all public slides that you could get from our website. At least most of them. If no other question, thank you for listening, and hope you all have a very pleasant evening, rest of the evening. For myself, it's midnight, so I'm going straight to bed soon after this.
Yeah, and Andy, thank you so much for being with us. If you're members of the cohort, we'll get the resources from today to share with you. But I think you've really helped to bring to life Prudential's digitization journey, the way that you think about data and AI, and how you put the customer at the center of your solution. And I think really sort of provide some fodder for all of us to think about the products we're providing, how we can use tech more thoughtfully to drive solutions. And I'm sure it's encouraging others to think about, how to partner and engage with the work that Prudential is already doing. So very excited we have Prudential as a partner for the Bima Lab program. I know that I'm sure this will encourage our team to want to reach out and engage more deeply with Prudential as well. So Andy, we really appreciate you being here. Yeah,
my pleasure. Totally my pleasure. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Absolutely. And thanks everyone so much for being here. If you do have questions you didn't get answered or you want me to follow up, I can always reach back out to Andy. And if you're in the cohort, we'll dig more deeply into why customers matter. Although I think Andy's probably said it all on Friday. So again, thank you so much, and everyone have a great night.
Cheers. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you, Andy.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Hey.
Thank you all for being here. I'm glad you enjoyed and excited to chat in more detail on Friday.
Thank you, Emma.
Thanks, everyone.
Goodbye.
Hello. A quick one, Emma. Kindly share with us the contact person for Kenya.
For who?
The contact person who is at Prudential in Kenya.
Oh, absolutely. Let me reach out to the Prudential team. I believe I'll connect you with Gwen. But let me just touch base with them and then I can do an introduction. Does that work for your team?
That's fine. That's actually, okay. This is Power. And then also, if you don't mind.
I know, Jolly.
If you don't mind, AP as well.
All right. So, Jolly, sorry. So Power, APA and Prudential?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Sorry,
Awesome.
I have to take notes. My brain shuts off at like 5. So, but absolutely. I hope you enjoyed the session this evening.
It was very engaging. Thank you.
Absolutely. Have a great night.
Yeah, hello, Emma.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, it's Paul Agumba from Orbit KE.